What's going on, everybody? Mike McIntyre here, back from All Things Sports, bringing you another brand new bike review video today. Again, this is thanks to Cycle Paul, so if you guys are interested in checking out their website or anything at this bike shop, they've got everything that you need. Be sure to check out that first link down below in the description. Thanks to Cycle Paul for allowing me to do this video review once again, and let's get into this brand new video. Alright guys, so before we begin, you know the drill. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. If you guys have comments or questions, leave those down below. I always get answers out to you. And today, we are here with a review of the brand new 2023 Trek Emonda in the aluminum frame. Now this is an all-new aluminum frame design, bringing it more in line with their carbon version of the Emonda. So today I'd like to tell you a little bit about the ALR version of the Emonda that you see right here. This is the ALR 5. And I'm going to tell you about the components, about the new frame, about some of the features that I think you need to know, and we'll discuss who I think this bike is designed for and who might be interested in this bike right here. So let's get into this brand new review. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to discuss with this brand new bike review is the frame set. The frame set is an aluminum frame made from their premium series, AL300 series aluminum, and they've completely redesigned the way this frame looks compared to the previous generation. It has a carbon fork, and the carbon fork really does mirror the one on the SL, the carbon version. The really nice thing about this frame is it looks really premium. You wouldn't know it's an aluminum frame just based off the way it looks. Traditionally, you have a little bit more weld mark showing. This one, it's very nicely put together. We can't see the weld, any of the weld marks up here in the head tube area. You need to look really closely to see the joints here at the bottom bracket, at the C-tube, where the stays meet at the back. So they've done a really nice job in finishing the frame off really premium and giving it a premium look, I should say. It just looks really good. The welds are hidden and it looks really good. This is an upgraded aluminum in comparison to my bike, the Dimani AL3 that I ride. So this is just a notch above. It's supposed to be a little bit better of an aluminum material. The geometry of this is their race geometry. Trek calls it their H1.5. So it's the same geometry, once again, as the carbon Emonda SL. And it's a little bit more race oriented, but again, that should be taken with a grain of salt to a certain extent. It's definitely going to be a little bit more of a racy bike, putting you in a bit more of an aggressive position in comparison to the Dimani, which is their endurance frame. However, as you can see here, with the steer uncut, you can still put plenty of spacers underneath, and you can probably get the bike to fit you if you're interested in the Emonda. But again, it's designed with a little bit more of a race geometry. The wheelbase is slightly narrower, or shorter, I should say. And it just puts you in a little bit more of an aggressive position. After all, the Emonda is their race bike, their out-and-out race bike. So that's what we have here. This one ships with 28mm tires, and this is one of the areas where I think this will help determine if this bike is right for you or not. If you're someone that's interested in perhaps having different options when it comes to tire sizes, you might like to ride on the road, but you might like to explore a little bit of light gravel or anything like that, I think the Dimani will suit you better if that's what you're interested in. If you're really interested in just staying on the road 99% of the time and you want that faster handling, that little bit more aggressive of a position, this is the bike for you. It can take 28mm tires, that's what you see right here. You can probably fit 30s on it. I'm not sure if you're going to get 32s in there though. So there's a little less flexibility here when it comes to various tire sizes. So that's something that I think will determine who this bike is for. If you're someone that wants to just predominantly stay on the road and that's what you're into and you want that fast handling, you want that fast bike, a little bit more of an aggressive position, this is for you because it's going to be a little bit faster, a little bit more aggressive and all of those things. And again, it doesn't take the same kinds of tires as the Dimani. The Dimani has a little bit more tire clearance. So they've integrated all the cables into this area here, into the head tube, so it flows through underneath the bar tape, just under the stem here and into the head tube. So again, you don't have those cables all over the place, but it's still relatively easy to work on from a mechanic standpoint. They've really just done a really nice job with this bike, and I think it comes in at a price point that is appealing to a lot of people. You'll probably see a lot more people option this kind of bike out rather than spending $5,000–6,000 on something on the higher end. So I think it's a really good price point, and it's getting people into that road riding / faster racy type performance for a fraction of the cost of what the carbon bike would cost you. I mean, the difference is quite large. You're getting this in at 2,700 bucks Canadian. The Carbon SL5 is about $1,400 or $1,500 more than that. So it's a really good chunk of change. You're looking at 35% more roughly for your jump to carbon. So there's a big jump there. This one, it's a really good looking frame, and it ships with Shimano 105, which is the components that you see on this bike right here. And I'm a huge believer in Shimano 105. You get a ton of performance for a fraction of the price of what the top tier electronic group sets cost. Now those do probably bring it up another level, but you're paying a real premium for them. This is an 11-speed mechanical group set with hydraulic brakes. So you have the 11-speed Shimano 105 shifters here. As you can see at the front, we have a 160mm rotor with a hydraulic 105 caliper, flat mount disc caliper there on the front. You have a 50-34 compact chain set here at the front, Shimano 105 front derailleur. You get an 1130 cassette on the back. Again, 11 speeds, but 1130. So you have some nice gears there. You have an easiest gear of 3430, which is almost 1-to-1. So you have some nice gears there. And again, if you're staying on the road, that is probably pretty good for most people. If you want even greater gear, you could just upgrade your cassette. When you change it, you can go to an 1132 or 1134 or whatever. So you do have some nice gearing options there. And again, on the back, we have a 160mm rotor with a flat mount disc hydraulic 105 caliper at the back. And then finally, you have your Shimano 105 rear derailleur down here. Internal cable routing, everything, like I said before, is run through the head tube down here and then goes to wherever it needs to go. So you don't have any cables underneath the down tube. You have nothing up around the top tube. And it just looks really good. You have a traditional clamp here, I should say. I'll say traditional, just a more I guess user-friendly clamp. You could always change the seat tube, the seat post if you want. You can swap out the saddle. And this comes with aluminum wheels as well. These are the Bontrager, they're the Affinity wheels, or sorry, the Paradigm wheels now. They're called the Paradigm wheels. Basic wheel, gets you out on the road. This is something that I have some experience with riding. But this is a really nice bike for the price point. Again, if you know that you're interested in riding on the road, you're predominantly interested in riding on the road, you're not worrying about, oh, I might do some off-road, I might do some gravel, I might do some backpacking trips. If that is not what you're interested in, and you're looking for a bike that can get you on the road, get you into that sort of aggressive position, not necessarily break the bank, and get you a killer group set for a really solid amount of money, I think this new Emonda really fits that bill. Again, predominantly on the road. That's the key here, whereas the Damani and the Checkpoint is giving you a little bit more versatility in what you can ride. This bike here is designed for people that want to ride on the road. It's going to have really nice handling. It's going to be fast. It's going to be aggressive. And it's really just going to fit that racer, that, not necessarily a racer, but someone who's interested in going quicker and enjoying that kind of riding style with a bike that has a killer group set on it. And a really good set of it's a really nice package overall. So the saddle here is a Bontrager Verse Comp. It's a short nose basic saddle here. This is what they ship on a lot of their bikes. You have their blender compatible aluminum stem here. So blender compatible, you can get some different accessories and get your out front computer mount, your light mount, all integrated into the stem up front. It's a really nice system. You get this is one thing that Trek does that I don't fully understand, and it's partly because I'm not a fan of it. They ship with a handlebar here. This is a standard 42 centimeter wide handlebar. It's got about 120 or 125 millimeter drop here. That's fine, but they have a killer reach on it. These handlebars, the same with the carbon frame. That's why I know it, because of riding the Emonda SL5. The carbon bike and this one here ships with a 100 millimeter reach handlebar. And now in my opinion, I just find it too long. I don't like that unnecessary reach at the levers. I'd rather have a shallower reach here, or just less of a reach at the handlebar. Bring the hoods back, get you a little bit more into a more comfortable riding position where you have better access to the hoods and to the levers themselves. So this is something that I think I'm a little bit critical with Trek. I don't know why they're shipping with such a long reach handlebar. 100 millimeters is quite long now. A lot of brands are into these compact reach bars where you're looking at 75 millimeters of reach, 80 millimeters of reach, and I'm just more of a fan of that. I think it puts the levers in a more ergonomic position. It's easier to access with your hands. So this is just one thing that I don't like, but again, it's an aluminum bar. You could always swap that out if it doesn't fit your preference, if it doesn't fit your riding style, you could find something with a shallower reach. But overall, really nice package here. It's got the UCI sticker here, so it's an aluminum frame that's supposed to be approved with the UCI. You have your bottle cage mounts here, you've got 2 of those. And the last thing we need to talk about is the color scheme. So this one is their black option, obviously, as you can see. It is a nice gloss black throughout the majority of the frame with a matte finish black detail here across the top tube and in the head tube area. They also have another paint scheme. I'll put a picture of it up on screen. That is much louder. It's got like these blues and pinks and shades of purple. And out of the 2, I'd probably go for that one. I like bikes where you can kind of see what they are. The black one is super muted, super reserved. If that's what you're into and you like that kind of stealthy look, this one will definitely fit the bill. I just prefer something that has a little bit more, I don't know, personality to it, I guess. So I like that other colorway. If I were to purchase this myself, I'd go for the other one. But this is a really nice, sleek, muted, reserved kind of color scheme that looks really good at the end. It's hard to fault an all-black bike. So that is what you have right here. So that's my review of the Trek Emonda ALR. Again, this is the ALR 5. If you have any comments or questions, leave those down below. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm Mike McIntyre, All Things Sports, signing off for now. Be sure to check out that first link down below. Thanks to Cycle Paul once again for allowing me to do the review, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Till then, take care.